A friend of mine who was just texting me yesterday, we were going back and forth, many of my friends, about Jack DeJohnette's passing. And then he mentioned how much he's listening to Trio of Bloom and how he wanted to ask me some questions about the overdubbing, and because it feels to him like we're just really playing in a room. And there's really quite a lot of, I guess you'd call it, production involved with something like Forge, the piece I'm talking about, where I like to double guitars. So they have just extra overtones. And then I overdub the melody, and Craig overdubbed, I think, the melody at the end.
Yeah.
And then he was free the rest of the time. So I also really like that. He had the my part in front of him, but I just let him do whatever he wanted because I know it's going to be good. And then that I conceived of as an intro to the Terry Reapdahl piece called Bend It. And just, I've been obsessed with this record since it came out. I guess it came out in 74, 73 maybe. It's one of my favorite records. And it also is kind of overlooked, I think. A lot of people focus more on Terry's kind of more sweeping Miles meets Pink Floyd kind of stuff that he ended up doing a little bit later, and that he's become really well known for, kind of more of a rock and almost like a classical music sense of drama and that spaciness, that sort of glacial thing. And what comes after is definitely coming more out of the sort of Joe Zawinul, Weather Report, John McLaughlin world, and has some of these sort of more classical elements with the oboe, but Bar Phillips is really free on it, and Bend It is also an ostinato. So I just looped the bass, and we played to that. So that's another thing that I was doing to prepare mentally for what I would contribute, so we could have some sort of like free. It's very free, but I also dedicated myself to trying to play Terry Reapdahl's what I'm assuming is an improvised series of chords at the beginning, and try to play them exactly the way he played them, just out of pure obsession and just an homage of sorts. I guess I'm straying from talking about how I prepare for something like this, but I guess I wanted it to be really pretty open so that we could mess around and find our language. And that's kind of what it sounds like to me. I find my playing on Bend It to be a little disappointingly conservative, but Marcus and Craig do amazing stuff on that take. So I just have to live with my boring ideas.
Commemorated for all eternity.
Yeah, yeah.